Here I am surrounded by the medical team at birth, being diagnosed with a heart murmur shortly after I was delivered. My first few months were full of appointments, including visits to the cardiology lab under the care of Drs. Dan and Tammy. You will see that some things just come full circle. Life was relatively smooth until I was 8 years old. After some unbearable abdominal pain and a myriad of tests, Dr. McNeely and his team diagnosed me with a uteropelvic junction obstruction, which necessitated surgery at BC Children's Hospital. Immediately after surgery, I sensed a shadow looming over me, feeling disconnected from my original self. However, with the care of the healthcare team and volunteers, and especially in this image, my nurse Victor, they pushed me to go outside and walk. Though with small feet of therapeutic play, it felt like a beacon of light that helped me push through challenging times. Although there were moments of pain, it was masked by popsicles, video games, visits from family, and as seen in this image, therapy dogs. These furry animals provided me with positive thoughts and joy, bringing me play, an aspect that I thought was void in the hospital. The next 5 years were complete with sleepovers, hockey tournaments, and rugby games. Then the pandemic hit, and although my own personal physical health was not affected, this was engraved into the world's public health story, and this was my first day of high school. With the amazing public health experts, we were able to continue to go to school or shift to virtual classes when an outbreak struck. All the team around us gave their utmost effort to continue to integrate play into our lives. And as seen in this image, our rowing team moved to team erg sessions at home, sustaining a sense of camaraderie and belonging within us all. 2 years from this moment, I found myself camping solo on the midpoint of the North Coast Trail as part of my year-long outdoor education program. These 48 hours felt isolated, similar to the separation we all felt during the pandemic. Yet, although apart, I still felt a sense of camaraderie, the beaded necklaces that we all wore, synonymous with the shared play we all felt during the pandemic. If you want to get injured, play rugby. 14 giants plus one small person like myself, smashing against 15 others with just a piece of rubber in your mouth. But it is one of the only sports through both physical and mental toughness that can truly bring a band of brothers together. Here we are after winning the provincial title last year. Unfortunately, I was one of the injured, fully tearing my MCL, and I was out 8 weeks with nothing to do. However, similar to my UPJ surgery, my rehabilitation team pushed me to go outside and play, showing me that how small actions can make a tremendous difference. For some reason, I couldn't stay away from the knee injuries, tearing my ACL just over a month ago. These past few weeks have been extremely challenging, mentally more than physically, but similar to my previous injury, being around the same brothers that carried me off the field and playing just gives me a little hope at the end of the tunnel. Through my own experiences, I know that play is a way to stay active, healthy, and heal. This inspired me to start Sports with Support, an organization that provides sporting equipment to increase accessibility to sports, regardless of their socioeconomic background. Similar to those that supported me through hardship, I hope to bring sports and play to as many youth as possible. Sports for Support has recently partnered with the Vancouver Canucks and Air North to provide hockey gear to rural areas in the Yukon. Synonymous with how we are trying to close the gaps to communities in need, I hope that these bridges can be continuously built to close gaps for healthcare accessibility throughout the province. Global warming has brought wildfires, floods, and droughts that have all affected our healthcare system. Similar to our healthcare norms changing, my outdoor program was fought with drought in our canoe trip. We persisted and changed our approach to portaging, analogous to how our healthcare system and teams must pivot in an instance. Navigating the journey seems complex, but with a map and a foundation, it will go smoothly. Like my own journey in the healthcare system and in the Broughton Archipelago, with fog, you need a map and a team to help you cope with the challenges and navigate the terrain. Unlike a map, the team that you surround yourself with has an even bigger effect on how you deal with the challenges you face. My family is my team, and without them, I would not be standing on this stage. Similar to this, our healthcare system must be surrounded with patient-centered experiences, something I felt throughout my healthcare journey. 10 years ago, our family traced our roots back to Port Renfrew, where my great-great-grandfather ran a shingle mill in the late 1920s. We met a man that passed along one of his old soy sauce pots he found at his cabin. John Quinn was known to hire any man, no matter their background or race. And this inclusivity is something I wish we should continue to integrate in our healthcare system. Tired, cold, and hungry. These are some of the words that could describe my experience on the winter camping trip. During the cold snap at minus 30 degrees and forgetting a meal, we could have quit, hung up the shoes. But rather than dwelling on what could have been, my friends and I brought play, and being true Canadians, we built our own outdoor rink to help us cope with some of the challenges. Another one of the allies on my team was the doctor that inspired my interest in medicine. A decade later, at my annual visit, I realized it would be my last appointment as I transitioned into adult healthcare. I will forever be grateful for his care as I was able to discover the powers of play. As mentioned in the first slide, some things just come full circle. And with Dr. Sanitani, I guess some stars just aligned. I'm now one of his research assistants where I participate in consults and meet with children that have shared similar experiences as me. As a 16-year-old, I will be moving from pediatrics to adult care. And similar to a sunrise at Keys and Claire's hut with my buddies, I'm optimistic for the renewal, for a new beginning of continued positive health outcomes as I transition into adulthood, never forgetting the power of play. Thank you.
Well, that was pretty incredible. It's pretty hard to believe, Cameron, that you're 16, because I hope my mom's not watching, because I wasn't doing that at 16. Our